I finally told my ex-husband of 22 years marriage what I thought of him and have apparently broken his heart. So I-52F was married to 55M for 22 years, together all up for 24 years. We finally separated on New Year's Day of 2024. It wasn't a New Year's resolution, it was just the day it happened. Over the years, he bought so much shit we couldn't afford. A yacht, a jet ski, a scooter, a racing bike, surfboards and watches, so many watches. He also loved the grog, alcohol for the non-Aussies, and sports bet. I worked through the COVID times and after to pay the bills, to keep a roof over our heads. Worked every weekend to get the penalty rates. The only time I had more than a week off work was in 2023 when I had COVID. He used any excuse not to work. Too wet, too hot, too much COVID. I think I have COVID. It was costing us a fortune for him to keep taking COVID tests. For years, I've been paying all the bills, the rent, the electricity, the water, groceries. He paid for alcohol and cigarettes. I stopped doing his tax. He was living his life through his business account. $80+ a day on alcohol plus sports bet, gambling sites, and then cigarettes. I was already subsidizing his employees' wage up until 2022. I couldn't afford to pay his base as well. We borrowed a significant amount of money off my parents. He put it against his debts, and then proceeded to run them back up. He got drunk most days from 10 a.m. There was always a reason he couldn't work. Late last November, he asked me if I still loved him. I told him I still cared about him. But I couldn't do this anymore. I don't love you anymore. So he took 10 antidepressants. The Ambos were more concerned about his level of intoxication. 2 of our kids held his head up while I was on the phone to 000. The next day, they let him out. He's sorry, he didn't mean to kill himself. Yeah, that's great. So we had a few awkward weeks where no one was allowed to talk about what he did. Now, fast forward to New Year's Eve, he turns up pissed to the nits at my place of work. Proceeds to get completely shit-faced, and then at home accuses me of wanting to sleep with a 22-year-old. He can't even stand up. He decides to sleep in front of the bedroom door to keep all predators out and calls me a cunt. The marriage ended that day. I was finally done. He went off to the mental health ward to get treatment for his alcohol addiction. But I was done. I didn't want to be called a cunt anymore. I wanted to be loved properly and respected. And I didn't believe him. So now the truth is in the punch. Yesterday he comes by to let me know he's in a relationship with the wife of the couple who took him in. So I sent him a message. You fucking scum-sucking piece of shit. Go fuck yourself with your penis that rarely ever worked. So I have apparently broken the heart he never had in the first place.